Thank you so much for joining me for today's webinar. Today, we're going to talk about the exact blueprint that I used to start $1 million business using the power of social media. And I'm going to teach you exactly how you can do that for yourself too. I hope you're super excited for this, and let's begin. So first of all, a very warm welcome to you. I am so happy to see you here, and I'm so happy that you've taken the initiative to come all the way into this webinar and listen to me, spend about 45 to 50 minutes of your time with me. Okay, so you're here today because either of these things are true. One, you have a family to take care of and you would still like to contribute financially in your family. So what if you have a lot of responsibility? So what if you have to take care of people? You still have the ambition, the aspiration to really be a financially contributing member in your family. Or you don't have a lot of time in the day because of your responsibilities and you would like to explore some part-time opportunities that can really help you start making money. Or you can't leave your home for long because of your responsibilities and you would like to explore some possibilities based on which you can actually start making some significant money from home. Or maybe you took a career break, or you took a break to take care of your kid or to have a kid, and now you're looking to get back to the professional world. Or you really want to build a career on your own terms. You want to ensure that this career is built on your own terms where you have the flexibility, you get to work from home and you get to work on times that are available for you, but you still want to ensure that you are still making a good amount of money. You don't want to compromise your earning potential. Believe me, this may sound like it's impossible, but solving all of these problems is completely possible, and in today's webinar, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. So let me first clear all the air here. Is this training going to be worth your time? Are you considering, should I spend the next 40 minutes with this person? Should I spend some time with this person? Because it seems like this is going to be a long webinar. Do you want to commit to that? Well, I have packed my 4 years of entrepreneurial knowledge in this webinar. I'm going to tell you the exact steps that helped me to go from a corporate employee, just an average corporate employee, to building a business that today does crores of rupees in revenue. I am going to teach you the exact system. So before we jump into the webinar, let me tell you why you should spend the next almost an hour of your life with me. My name is Saloni. I am Saloni Srivastav. I began my career as a corporate employee in 2015. Just like any other person, I was born and brought up in a really small town. From there, I studied, I got my education, and my only aspiration in life was to go to a good company, get a good job, and rise up the corporate ladder. That's all that I aspired to do all my life. And in 2013, I actually started my corporate journey. I worked in marketing, branding, growth hacking spaces for about 5 years. Continuously, I kept working in these spaces and I was actually quite happy. The job was really good. It paid me a lot of money. I was making a good income and I was living a life where I was able to afford a lot of things that I possibly never thought I would be able to afford. And I was just generally happy. But around the 3rd year or the 4th year mark, I started feeling very shackled. I felt like this job had really put its grip on me, where I was just limited to waking up in the morning, catching a cab, being stuck in the traffic, going to the office, being there for 9 hours, working with my boss. Sometimes the boss would be in great mood, sometimes the boss would not be in a good mood, and there would be all of these kind of days. And then I would come back and I would just go off to sleep and live the next day the same as the previous one. And all the week, I would just wait for the Friday night to come. And I realized, is this life? Is this what it's supposed to be? Is this how it's going to be all my life? I just wasn't super excited about that. I never got to travel. I couldn't take vacations because I was only allowed a certain number of leaves in my office. And while the job paid well, I started feeling very uncomfortable in it. So in 2017, I decided to do something. I picked up a random camera that was lying in my home, a random camera, and I decided to start my YouTube channel. Yep, I had no idea how to shoot a video. I had no idea about what a camera was supposed to do. I had absolutely no idea about anything. But I thought, let me just YouTube seems interesting. I watch content on it. So how fun would it be if I actually start making content on it? So I started my YouTube channel and I started creating content on it. Of course, I really didn't know what I was doing, but I kept going. I kept uploading whatever came to my mind. I made videos and posted content every single week. Every single week, without fail, I just kept posting content. I did this alongside my job. I obviously didn't quit my job because YouTube wasn't paying me anything. It was just a side hobby that I had created for myself. But it was super hectic, right? I had a full-time job and then I was working on YouTube as well. It was super hectic. It was super tiring. And I learned I had to fail a lot because I didn't know what I was doing on YouTube. And a lot of things happened. But I didn't stop. Somehow I had this urge to really do something on YouTube and I didn't stop. I continued doing that. Today, this channel has over 300,000 followers. I've built a community of 300,000 people who consume my content on YouTube every single day. And parallelly, alongside building my own YouTube channel, I also built several other businesses in the last couple of years. I first launched my own line of planners and journals. These planners and journals because I created a lot of content around staying organized, productivity, motivation. I did all of that and people were generally, coming back to me and telling me, hey Saloni, how are you doing this? What's your productivity system? So it's like, okay, let me make a planner, and I launched it and I didn't even have to do any marketing. I had a community that bought it off me immediately. Like I launched it and in under 2 hours, all of my planners were gone. I also launched my own line of digital products where I started selling checklists, ebooks, resources, and things like that to people. I also launched India's first influencer-based e-commerce platform. I realized there were a lot of influencers who wanted to launch their own product and they didn't have a lot of business knowledge to do that. So I decided to create a platform where they could start selling things. And I also launched my online community for ambitious Indians, which is called Hustle Post. So I built all of these businesses parallelly alongside just having my YouTube channel. And around the 10,000 subscriber YouTube mark, I actually quit my job and I started doing that full time. And of course, it was a lot of struggle and I had to do a lot of learning along the way. But it was so worthwhile because today I run all of these businesses. Now, here's my income statement. You would think, how much can a person possibly earn by doing stuff on social media? This is it. This is my income statement for just the last 6 months. As you can see on top, it just goes from 1st of April. It's this year, 2020 April. And I have already made 1 crore 5 lakhs in revenue. That's crore. Yes, I've made that much money. And this doesn't even include my YouTube ad revenue, the ad revenue that YouTube pays me. This doesn't include my brand deal revenue. This doesn't include the kind of money I make from speaking engagements all over the country. So this is not the full picture of my income. There's lakhs and lakhs more that I've made. But here's just to give you a taste of the kind of money that people can make on social media. And the best part is that I did all of this while being at my home. This picture that you see here, this is my home office. I sit in my home office and I do all of this myself. And I just need a laptop and an internet connection and I'm good to go. I can run all of my businesses without having a fancy team, without having to rely on a lot of people, without having a physical office space. I can work from my home office if I want. I can work from anywhere in the world if I want. As you can see, these are some of my pictures that are from the vacations that I took. The first one is in Thailand. The next one is in Singapore. The one below that is from Goa. And I keep traveling. I keep taking multiple vacations all year round. Of course, in 2020, I couldn't, but otherwise, I end up taking a lot of these vacations all the time. And the best part is that my business doesn't stop when I'm on a vacation because I carry my laptop and my internet with me. Whenever I find time, I just spend a couple of hours taking care of my business and everything runs smoothly. I don't have to be shackled to a location anymore. So in short, the reason why I shared all of these things with you is to let you know that I know a thing or two about starting an online business and scaling it to a point where it starts making crores in revenue. So I know I've done this myself. I've helped a lot of people do it. And I'm going to share this system with you today, which is why you should stick around in this webinar. You should spend the next 40 minutes with me because I'm going to drop some real value bomb here. Okay, are you excited? Let's jump into the webinar. Okay, so the very first thing that I want you to understand here is that our work culture right now is changing. Mainly in the last 6 months, which is the COVID time period, you would have seen a major shift in our work culture, right? You would have seen that remote working has become a norm. Now, large organizations, small businesses, big businesses, startups all over the world have understood that it is actually really possible for people to not come to an office and still get the job done. Remote working has become a norm. People enjoy working from home. People have really realized that working from home is an option. Working from anywhere in the world is an option. And now, more than ever, people are looking for three different kinds of freedom that they need in order to keep this whole thing running. Can I tell you what these three types of freedom are? Let me go to the next slide. So, what are these types of freedom? Number one is location-based freedom. Location-based freedom essentially means that a person need not be tied down to a particular location to get the job done. That means they do work and business or anything else for that matter where they don't necessarily have to be in that physical location. For example, today if I work with somebody in the US, I don't have to be in the US. I can be in India, I can be anywhere else in the world, and I can still work with that client. That kind of freedom that people want is location-based freedom. If your office is in Bangalore and you are out in Goa taking a vacation, that should not mean that your work stops completely. That can always mean that while taking a vacation, you also have the flexibility to do a little bit of work when you find time. The next kind of freedom that people are looking at is time-based freedom. Now, I am a night person. Okay, I prefer to work after 9 o'clock in the night. My brain just becomes a lot more active after 9 in the night. So when I was working in my typical 9 to 5, I had to sleep in the night because the next day I had to wake up at 7 and reach my office. Now today, because I work on my own business and online business, I have the flexibility to work in the night because that's when I'm more productive. I don't have to necessarily work in the morning just because mornings are better. So I choose to work whenever I want. So time-based freedom is also something that a lot of people are seeking. They want to be able to work in the morning or in the night. It shouldn't really matter. And the third type of freedom that people are looking for is income-based freedom. Now, when you have, like I said in the beginning, when you have a full-time job, your earning potential is quite limited because you end up making a salary, and to make that salary, you essentially have to work from Monday to Friday, from morning till evening for one role. And that role pays you some amount of money, and it doesn't leave any space for you to build anything, any other source of income for yourself. And you need to have multiple sources of income today to really live the kind of life that you want to live. A life where you are able to take vacations, a life where you are able to afford things that you want to buy, a life where you are able to do things for the society just because you have that extra money with yourself. Imagine if the right kind of people start getting money, the kind of money that they truly deserve. Imagine how much good they can do for the society. So income-based freedom is also something that people are looking for. The freedom to have multiple sources of income, the freedom and the possibility to work with multiple clients and not be tied down to working for just one employer. So these are the three types of freedom that everyone in the world right now is chasing, especially after the COVID world. So guess what? Starting an online business can actually help you achieve all these three types of freedom. My life today gives me all of these three kinds of freedom. I have the ability to work from wherever I want, whenever I want, and I have the ability to have multiple sources of income so that my income can possibly be as much as I want it to be. And if you listen to me carefully today, I'm going to teach you exactly how you can do that as well. I'm going to teach you how, using social media, you can attain all three kinds of freedom. This method that I'm about to share with you is not something new. It's not something that I've just randomly whipped out of the air. 2,000 people have already tried and tested this method. They've already seen great results come from it. And I'm sharing with you a really bulletproof method. Now imagine Sunita. Sunita is one of the students who took this webinar. She used the 5-step blueprint that I'm going to teach you in the webinar right now, and she has already landed over 50 clients for her coaching business. She's just 18 years old. She's an 18-year-old school student who's earning more than her own teachers. Imagine that. Just imagine that situation. So she embraced the power of social media. She used my 5-step framework that I taught her, and she has seen these kind of results come to us. The next person I want to introduce you to is Pratibha. Pratibha is another one of my students who did the 5-step framework workshop with me, and within 10 days landed 3 clients for her content writing business. That's 3 clients in 10 days. And she's now made a stable side income for herself and is about to quit her job. She's actually truly going to become her own boss really, really soon. Another example I can give you is Anamika. Anamika actually used this 5-step blueprint to really go big with her passion for tarot card reading and astrology. Who would think that such a specific niche can also give somebody the freedom to live a life on their own terms? She now started her own academy, which is called Karmic Academy, and she has 100 paying students inside it already. She just did this in about 3 months of time. So imagine, if you listen to me carefully, these results can be yours too. So pick up your pen, pick up your notebook and start taking notes, because it's important for you to start jotting down all of the things that I'm going to share with you from here on. Okay? Okay, so let's come to the most important concept that you need to understand. It's 2020. It's 2020, and in this era, all of us have access to social media, and most people tend to spend a lot of their time on social media platforms. And on social media, it's essential for you to be able to establish an online business, a social media driven business for yourself that does good revenue as well. You need to establish yourself as a personal brand, full stop. This is it. This is what you need to do. This is the key. If you established yourself as a personal brand, people will buy things from you. You will be able to create multiple sources of income. You will be able to do things that you really want to do in your life. Today, I have built a small personal brand for myself. People know who Saloni is. At least my small community of people knows who Saloni is. They know what Saloni stands for. They know the kind of work that I do. And they follow me for me. And you need to do that for yourself as well. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. Okay, so first you need to understand the difference between then and now. By then, I mean just about 15 years back. Around 15 years back, the era that we were living in was driven by Bollywood celebrities and cricket celebrities and big shots. People loved and aspired to be Shah Rukh Khan and Alia Bhatts of the world, right? People wanted to be like them. People wanted to look up to them. People were fascinated by them. But now in 2020, the trend has completely changed. People like you and me, millennials, we know that somebody like Shah Rukh Khan or somebody like Alia Bhatt is a little out of reach for us. Their life is not the same as ours. We can't possibly imagine having a life similar to these people. So what we do instead is follow people on social media who are like you and me. We follow people, all of these faces that you see here, Prajakta Kohli, Sejal Kumar, Beer Biceps, Komal Pandey, all of these people were just people like you and me. And they started building a small social media brand for themselves. And today they've reached where they are. They are the kind of people that we can relate to because they had lives that were similar to us. They went to regular schools, they had regular parents, they were just people like us. And when they do things, we're like, oh, I can do that too because they do that. And I would rather follow their routines. I would rather follow their recommendations versus somebody like Alia Bhatt. When Alia Bhatt comes and tells me that, hey, I love this Maybelline lipstick, chances are that she doesn't use a Maybelline lipstick. But when Sejal Kumar comes and tells me, hey, this is a really nice Maybelline lipstick, it's highly likely that she uses a Maybelline lipstick, and I would rather trust her opinion on this. So now is the era where people want to follow regular people like you and me on social media. And now is the perfect time to really start building your personal brand because people all over the world are looking to consume content from people like you and me. They're looking for relatable people on social media. I hope you get the point. So let's deep dive and see how you can build a social media brand for yourself, how you can build a personal brand for yourself, okay? Okay, so I'm going to share with you my 5-step blueprint. This is the blueprint that I've been speaking about all of this time in the webinar, and I want you to really start taking notes at this point, okay? So this blueprint, I call it the NPCVS blueprint. NPCVS is just the short form that I've created. It's a name, it's a random name that I have given it. You can call it whatever you want, but this is the blueprint that's going to get you to build a personal brand for yourself. So what does this blueprint really stand for? N stands for niche, P stands for platform, C stands for content, V stands for value, and S stands for sales. don't worry about it. I'm going to deep dive into all of these things, and I'm going to teach you exactly how you can use all of these to make a big difference in your life. But essentially, the NPCVS framework, if executed carefully, can be potentially life-changing. This framework will teach you to create such a strong brand for yourself that you will be able to build a strong and very, very sustainable online business for yourself. Okay, so let's deep dive into each of these factors and see. We're going to start off with N, which is niche. Okay, so step one. If you want to establish a personal brand for yourself, you have to be known for something. You can't be a person who knows everything, right? You can't have a general personal brand. You need to niche down and figure out what is it that your personal brand needs to stand out for. It could be things that you're super excited about. It could be things that you're good at. It could be things that you really want to speak about in the world. Now, the thing is, for a lot of people, this is super easy. They know exactly what their niche should be. But a lot of people are also in a position where they don't know what their niche is. They're like, yeah, I like a lot of things, I do a lot of things, but I'm not too sure what my niche should be. I don't know what I should stand for. I don't know what my personal brand should be about. Like personal brand Saloni Srivastav is about productivity, motivation, entrepreneurship. That's my personal brand. But your personal brand can be really different. It needs to be things that you're passionate about. But if you don't know what you're passionate about, what do you do about it? Here's what you do. You need to ask yourself some questions. The first question that we have is, what are some things that you're really good at? Pick up a pen and a notebook and write the things that you're really good at. Figure out what are these things that you're super good at. There has to be something that you're good at. Don't come back and tell me that, oh, but I'm not good at anything. You have to be good at something. If your mind tells you that you're not good at anything, then the problem that you should tackle instead is confidence issues. But because we all are really good at something. You don't have to be the best person in the world for it. You don't have to be the most amazing person in the world for it. You just need to be a little bit better than others, and you can pick that up as your niche. Or you can actually answer another question, which is, what do others come to you for help with? When others come to you and ask your help with, what are these things that they come with? Think about your friends, think about your family members. What do they come to you? Like, do they come, hey, listen, can you tell me which college should I go to? I'm not too sure. You're probably great at giving career advice. Or if they come and tell you, hey, I don't know if I should wear this dress or I should wear this dress. Can you help me? Maybe you're great at fashion. Or a lot of them come and tell me, hey, did you listen about this new range of makeup that has launched? Should I buy it? Maybe you're good at makeup. You have to be good at something. Or maybe they come and ask you, hey, I want to make a painting for myself. Can you help me out with it? You may be an amazing artist. It could be anything. Figure out, what do people come to you for? Or you can ask another question, which is, what can you talk about for hours? If you're in a room with people, what is that one thing that you can just go on and keep talking about for hours? If you're really excited about something, those topics come super naturally to you, and you will be very easily able to figure out what are these things that you can easily get into the flow state of mind and actually start talking about it. So maybe you can make a list of some of these things as well. Or you need to ask yourself, what will you happily do even if it is for free? Think about it. Even if nobody pays you, what are some things that you'll be happy to do for free? Okay, this is a very powerful question. Answer this and I'm sure you will arrive at your niche. So make a list of all of these things and figure out what is your niche that's going to be. And that will be the first step of you moving towards building a social media, a personal brand for yourself. I'm going to give you some examples. As you can see, the first picture that we have here is Anamika. She's one of my students. Anamika was excited about tarot card reading and astrology. So she picked that up as her niche. It doesn't have to be the usual niches. Like, it doesn't have to be a completely conventional option. It can be something offbeat like Anamika. Or as you can see, Khushi here in the picture, the other person, she's also one of my students, and she picked life coaching as her niche. She realized that she was actually great at helping people with their mindset issues. She was great at helping people solve confidence issues. So she actually decided to go down that route and build a brand for herself as somebody who was great at giving people advice on life matters, on personal matters, on mental matters. And she decided to build a name for herself in that niche. So figure out some possible niches for yourself. You don't have to do that right now. You don't have to do it immediately. After the webinar, just sit down for a couple of minutes, figure this out, and I'm sure it'll help you. Okay, and once you found out your niche, the next thing you need to do is create a personal branding statement. This is essential, okay? So, what you need to do for this statement is, this is a sample statement, okay? I'm going to read it out for you. I am, enter your name, and I help, enter the people you want to help, go from an unfavorable situation to a desirable outcome. I know this can sound a little tricky right now, so I'm going to give you an example. I am Saloni and I help ambitious Indians go from being in a job they don't like to a life they truly love. Did you understand? So I entered my name here, Saloni, and I entered my target group, which was ambitious Indians, go from an unfavorable situation, which is being in a job they don't like, to a desirable outcome, which is a life they truly love. So you need to create a brand statement for you like this. And once you create this for yourself, this is it. You have already taken a big step away from millions of people who never thought about creating something like this for them. We always know brands have taglines. We always know products have taglines. But why can't we have taglines as people too? This is the first step you need to do towards creating your personal brand. I hope you're on board so far, and let's move on to the next step. The next thing you need to do after you've finalized your niche and your niche statement is to go to the P of the NPCVS framework, which is the platform. Now that you know that you are this person who's going to, let's say, speak about being a great digital marketer. Okay, you are somebody who loves digital marketing and you want to build a brand for yourself in that area. Now what do you do? How do you start propagating that brand? How do you start making sure that people come to know that you are this person who's great at this topic? So you need to do that by choosing the right platform where you will showcase your work and your expertise. What are some platforms that you can pick? There's Facebook, which is obviously the most used social media platform in the world. You can choose this for yourself. You can choose Instagram, which is everyone's favorite photo sharing app. Or you can choose YouTube, which is the world's leading platform for long form video consumption. Or you can use LinkedIn, which is the #1 professional network in the world. And there are a lot of other platforms like Twitter, and there are so many more. So you just need to pick the right platform for you according to the niche that you've chosen. Think about it. The target group that you thought in the niche statement, where do they hang out? What is the social media platform that they use most regularly? And based on that, pick the right platform for you to be on. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm going to give you examples of two people. So one of my students is also Tejal Chopra. Tejal decided that she wanted to be an Instagram expert. And of course, as an Instagram expert, if that was her personal brand, if that was the niche that she chose for herself, the most obvious platform that she needed to be on was Instagram itself. She had to be on Instagram to showcase people that, hey, listen, I know this platform. Believe me, I know this platform. And she today has thousands of followers on Instagram. She actually has, I think, around 20,000 followers. Or Saheli, who's the next picture. Saheli, or Heli, as most people know her, is also one of my students. Heli decided that her niche was going to be freelancing and books. She's a reader, she loves talking about books, and she decided YouTube would be a good platform for her to come and review all the books that she has read, and she wanted to start giving recommendations to people. So this is something that Heli chose, and she is now a huge YouTuber with over 500,000, 500,000 subscribers. Of course, she also decided to be on Instagram as well. You don't necessarily have to pick just one platform. You can pick a couple as well, but start off with identifying that right platform that you feel most comfortable with, where your target audience hangs out, and that will be the platform for you. Okay, the next thing that you need to do is content, which is the C of the NPCVS framework. Okay, C. Now you've finalized your niche, right? And you have finalized your platform. So the next thing you need to start doing is creating content, because of course you can't just be on that platform. You need to start creating content to show your expertise. So what are some things that you need to keep in mind when you're creating content? The kind of content that you create will greatly depend on the platform you've chosen. If it's Instagram, it'll be more pictorial content, more graphical content. If it's YouTube, it'll be more video content. If it's a blog, it'll be long form blog, written content. So figure out what is the platform, and based on that, you will have to make your content strategy. Of course, it will also depend on what your niche is. If your niche is Instagram, then your content will probably be a lot around Instagram. If it's digital marketing, it'll be around that. If it's tarot card reading, it'll be about that. And then the next thing is the kind of audience that you're looking to target. Now, according to your audience, of course, you will have to start catering your content as well. And the next thing you need to consider is your personal comfort levels. Maybe you're not super comfortable with showing up on camera instantly. So you can maybe do a little bit of pictorial content first, things that are not super video-y, and then over time you can start moving towards videos as well. Or your choice and preferences. You personally probably prefer to do certain kinds of content versus others. So that will also come into the picture when you build your content strategy. So that's all that you need to know about content. I hope that's clear. Now let's move on to the V aspect of NPCVS framework, which is value. Okay, so where are we right now? We have picked our niche. We have picked our platform. On that platform, we've started creating some kind of content. Now you need to start providing value to your audience. The moment you start creating content, let's say for like a month and a half, some people will automatically start following you. Now, to these people, to really start trusting you, to really start believing in your brand, you need to start giving them value, tangible value that can really help them in their lives. So, consider what your audience is really looking for. Okay, so my target audience is maybe students. Maybe you've chosen career coaching as your niche. Study how you can provide this to them in the best possible package that is easy to understand. Try and see what is the best way in which you can provide the solutions to them. Continue providing value every single week on the platform of your choice. And get feedback. Listen to what the people are saying. If they tell you this is amazing, do more of it. If they tell you didn't enjoy this, stop doing that, try doing something else. Keep experimenting, keep listening to feedback, and continue to create content every single week. And before you know it, if you do this right, if you just do this step right, you would have created a community for yourself. Does that make sense? I know I've simplified this process for you, but this is really what it takes for people to build communities on social media. Okay, so if you need some samples of what it really means to provide value, if you are not very clear of what this really means, here are 4 of my absolutely star students, and I have left their Instagram handles for you. There's Tejal Chopra, there's the Heli blog, there's Anamika Rana the healer, there's the Mindful Abundance who's Khushi, and you can actually note down all of these Instagram handles. Go and have a look at the kind of content they create, go and see the kind of value they provide to their audience, and that itself will give you a lot of ideas on what you can do to provide value to your audience as well. Okay, now let's move on to the last step of our framework, which is S, which stands for sales. Okay, so let's recap and see where we are. So we had created our niche, we've chosen our platform, we've started doing some kind of content, we've realized what our audience is looking for, and we started providing value, and we've built a small community for ourselves that really trusts us. Now is the time to start thinking about sales and really start making money from this. Okay, this is the reason why we started doing all of these things. Okay, so what you need to do is take a note of common problems that your community comes to you for on a regular basis. If you have a small community, they will regularly come and tell you, hey, listen, I don't understand how to find this college. Can you tell me what to do? So maybe they're looking for help in finding colleges. Or maybe, hey, I want to pick this shade of lipstick. Do you think it's really good? Does it suit Indian skin tone? Maybe that's something that they're looking for help with. Try and identify what are they coming to you for? What are some common questions that you're getting? Then study the common issues highlighted by your community in the comment section. You know, when you create content, a lot of people will come and start commenting their problems in the comment section as well. Try and see what these problems are. What are some of the common grounds in these problems? Start thinking about the pain points of your community. What is it that your community right now is struggling with? What is it that your community needs more help with? And keep an open mind. Think about physical products, digital products. Physical products are things that you can hold in your hand, like a phone, like a book, like anything that you can really hold in your hand. Or a digital product like an ebook or a checklist or probably a packing list or anything like that. Or services where you do workshops, webinars, trainings, teaching, things like that. So it could be any of these. Keep an open mind. Think, what can you possibly start selling to your community, which will really, really add more value to their life. Now that you've given them free value, they will love to pay you to get more value from you. Does that make sense? I've really broken down the entire system for you, and it's essentially this process that helps social media brands and personal brands make money on these platforms. Okay, now the problem that I know a lot of you will come to me with is, hey, listen, Saloni, so I have been creating my community, but to make some kind of sales, I'm sure like you need a lot of following, right? Like you have 300,000 people who follow you. So of course you make money, but what if like I have a small following? Now I want to break this myth. You don't need lakhs and lakhs of followers. Look at my students. There's Sunita, who I spoke to you before. She's just an 18-year-old college student, and she just has 2,000 followers and is already making lakhs and lakhs of rupees and is making more than her own teachers. Imagine that. Then we have Shachi, who's also one of our students. She has just 3,000 followers, and she realized that she was really great at giving people advice around US immigration and visa processes. And even at 3,000 followers, she started doing visa consultancies for people, and she's making a lot of money through that. We have Anamika, who just has 2,000 followers, and out of that, in her Karmic Academy, where she teaches tarot card reading and astrology, she already has 100 paying students. So you don't need a large community. I want to break this myth for you. You need a small community of the right kind of people, and they will become your customers. Make sense? Okay. So now you've learned the entire NPCVS framework, right? I hope you had fun listening to this framework and that you got some clarity on what you need to do to start making money on social media. But now that you've learned this, you have two options. One is that now you know the entire system now. You know how things work, which means that you can actually just go out into the world and start implementing this framework yourself. I've taught you everything. Honestly, I've not kept anything hidden with me. I've not really hidden any information from you. I've really simplified the process for you. But you also have another option, which is you can shortcut your learning process by learning from someone who's actually done this. Because with each step in the NPCVS framework, as you actually start doing this, you will start having problems, you will start having doubts, confusions and things, and you would want some kind of professional help. So you can choose to do it yourself, or you can actually shortcut your process. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, you have two options. You have the DIY route where you do it yourself, and you have the mentored route where you work with a mentor to actually make this dream a reality. In the DIY route, you will end up making a lot of mistakes and you will fail a lot, because obviously that's how things are. I figured all of this out myself. I didn't have a mentor and I had to fail a lot. I had to fail a lot to really come to this proper framework that I've now taught you guys. But in the mentored route, you will get guided to avoid any kind of mistakes. You will be guided by a mentor personally to ensure that you don't make mistakes. In the DIY route, you will waste a lot of your resources in figuring things out. You will try ads, you will try this, you will try that. You will end up wasting a lot of your resources because, of course, there will be a lot of trial and error. But in the mentored route, you will get a tried and tested method and you will end up saving a lot of your resources. In the DIY route, it will take you longer to get there because remember, this is not how your journey will be. Your journey will be like this. You'll make mistakes, you'll go up, then you'll fall down, you'll go up, you'll fall down. But in the mentored route, the process will probably be like this. It'll be faster for you because the mentor will shorten your learning curve. And you will likely, in the DIY route, you will likely get very confused because while we have Google today, like where all of the information is available, there's too much information available. Lack of information is not the problem today. Overwhelming amount of information is the problem today. If you go on Google, you will see that, oh my God, there's so much, like who do I trust? There will be contrasting opinions. What do I believe in? What do I do? There's always going to be a lot of confusion. But in the mentored route, you will get a step-by-step method which will save you a lot of confusion. The mentor will eliminate all the noise for you and will only give you streamlined information which you need to implement and get results. Okay, so it seems like the mentored route is a slightly better route to take without discounting the DIY route, which is totally cool. Like you should definitely do that as well, but mentored route is just going to make things super easy for you. So what exactly is this mentored route that I'm talking about, right? I'm sure you're thinking that. So today I'm presenting to you Hustle Post Academy's Start Your Online Business course, which is my personal course, which I've launched after years and years of experience of doing exactly this in my own business. This is the only online course you need today to turn your passion into a profitable online business using the power of social media. I hope you're excited to listen more about this. So, what is Hustle Post Academy? Start Your Online Business. Start Your Online Business is a carefully crafted 1-year program. It's not a short online course. It's not a crash course. It's not any of that. It's a 1-year curated online program that I have created for people like you, for driven people like you. And the program is made especially for ambitious millennials who are looking to discover their passion and turn it into scalable online businesses. Our mission is to help you find your voice, discover your unique superpower, and use them to make a mark for yourself in the world. We equip our students with the right strategies and skills to enable them to build a career of their dreams. That's what Hustle Post Academy is. Okay, so our curriculum in the academy is divided into 3 sections. There's the foundation section, there's monthly power-ups, and there's live coaching. Okay, so what is the foundation? Foundation is the first thing you cover as soon as you enter the academy. In the foundation course, it's like a mini MBA. It teaches you everything you need to know to start an online business. There's marketing that you need to learn. There's finances that you need to learn. There's operations. You need to establish the right kind of routine for yourself. You need to learn a lot of things to essentially learn an online business. And even if you've done an MBA, trust me, an online business is really different from the kind of MBA that you did for offline businesses. Things are completely different in an online business, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to run an online business with ease. So you learn how to find your purpose, you learn how to find your customers, growing your revenue, building your routine from scratch so that you have all of your time and energy to make sure that you're focusing a lot on your business. And we're going to teach you how to crack the next level, which is hire a few people, build a team, and really actually grow this into a legit business. Okay. Next part of the academy is monthly power-ups. After the foundation, there are 12 other courses that are launched every single month in that 1-year period that you are in the academy. There are 12 courses that you get. You get a course on how to launch your own course. You get a course on how to become a highly paid content writing freelancer, how to become a successful YouTuber, how to become a highly paid blogger, how to grow a profitable audience on Instagram, LinkedIn, podcast, you name it. Whatever you need help with in this online world, all of these courses are power-packed and they will teach you everything. So essentially in the academy, you pay for one course, but you get 13 courses in it. Isn't that exciting? Okay, and the last part is live coaching. Now, of course, the first 2 sections are recorded videos. You get recorded videos for that from me with the same level of energy that you're seeing here. But of course you will have a lot of questions, you will have doubts, you will need a mentor to guide you throughout this journey. And I'm going to be that mentor for you. We have live coaching options where I will sit with you every single week and solve your questions on group coaching calls, where I will solve your problems on a Zoom call where the community comes together, everyone asks me questions, I solve it for them. There are weekly office hours, there are weekly co-working sessions, there are monthly webinars where we also call guest speakers every single month, where they come and speak to the academy so that you're not bored of just seeing my face all the time. We call guest speakers who come and also do sessions for our community. And as if all of this wasn't enough, there are so many other bonuses that we have on offer just for people who sign up using this webinar. Only if you sign up through this webinar, you will get weekly co-working sessions with me. You will get monthly webinars and masterclasses. You will get weekly group coaching calls with me. You will get workbooks, PDFs, swipe files, business plans, any resource that you need, every single document, ebooks, notes, materials, whatever you need to start your business, all of that is available in the course. Of course, you also get access to a private Facebook community where you get to interact with other students who are on the same journey as you. This journey is going to be super alone, you guys. People around you are not going to understand you because they would be doing their 9 to 5. They would be in a traditional job. And when you go to them and tell them that, hey, listen, I'm doing this on social media. I've been there. Nobody understood it. Nobody understood why I even was doing it. So you actually get into a community of people who are doing exactly the kind of stuff that you are doing, and you feel supercharged for that. And the last thing is you get email support from me. Any time of the day, you have any question, drop me an email. I will make sure that I get back to you within 24 hours. Imagine if you get this kind of support for 1 year. Can you imagine what you can accomplish in a year like this, where you actually have someone guiding you? That's Hustle Post Academy for you. Okay, so this academy is not a new thing that I'm just randomly coming and selling to you. Not at all. This is a really, really tried and tested method. We already have 2,000 plus students who are with us. We have 350,000 people who follow us all over. We have a 4.7 star rating, which is super high. All of our students have rated us really well for our curriculum and our program. You can actually go and check our Quora thread as well. Just type "How is Hustle Post Academy" reviews and things like that, and you will find the Quora thread with our actual students who've gone and written reviews for us. Now I know you will say that, Saloni, all of this is okay, but are there some real results that have come out of these 2,000 students? I'm so glad that you asked this question, because I'm going to show you some actual results that our students have had. This is one of our students who sent me a message late in the night on Instagram, told me, "Big virtual hug, I gained 2 more clients, and if everything goes well, I will hit my first 60,000 month on the 1st of September. She's already making 60,000 rupees every single month, and this was just about a month into the academy. Just exactly a month into the academy, she started making this kind of money. The next thing that we have here is, I made sure that I learned from you and worked on creating a healthy, positive art community rather than just blindly running behind numbers. Just wanted to tell you that I have bagged a huge deal with a leading art brand for a year. I've taken live workshops and have been working on creating my own course. I have crossed more than 8,800 followers on Instagram, have been approached by a YouTube channel and a digital magazine to speak about my journey, and I have launched my art prints for sale." These are the kind of achievements that she's had just about 3 months into the academy. Think about it. And this niche, a lot of people believe that, artists have to be starving. That's not what we teach in Hustle Post Academy. She's an artist and she's making money through her art in the best possible way. The next thing that we have here is someone who left a message on our Facebook group and said, "Even before completing the foundation course, this is for you, Saloni. Thank you so much. So yesterday I completed my foundation course, and even before that, while doing this code, I made a proper social media plan, started implementing. In the last 20 days, I got more than 50 genuine followers and got 2 clients through Instagram for my content writing services." Imagine, she just joined the academy. She didn't even finish her foundation course. And of course, all of the monthly power-ups and everything was still left, and she ended up getting 2 clients. There's another person, Devika, who has written that, "I started the content writing course module in July, and it's so damn good that within a month I landed an international client with a package of 1,000 USD and some Indian clients as well with good money." $1,000 just a couple of months into the academy is what she's making already. Lakshmi said that, "Thank you, Saloni, for giving us this opportunity to learn things systematically." Exactly what we teach in the course. Everything in a systematic way. The curriculum has changed the way that I look at education. I have started my business and have registered it. I'm currently working on building an online course, and in a month it will be floating. I will be floating it online. As a side hustle, I'm also freelancing. I've backed my first client. She's doing so much. Imagine, she's doing so many things. I also have Divya Agarwal, who is, by the way, doing so well. She, in 2 months of joining the course, she has launched her own website. She's built a team. She's launched her paid services. She has launched a course on Reels. She started taking her work more seriously in terms of managing time and expenses. And she feels so confident now. Imagine, she says, "I feel like I'm not the same person that I was 2 months back." That's how big of a difference this course has made in people's lives. Okay. And the important thing that I want you to remember is that all of these people, all of these success stories that you saw, people did stuff like this from the comfort of their homes. They didn't have to go out anywhere. They didn't have to work for anyone, while having the freedom to travel as much as they liked without having a boss. They literally, truly have become their own boss, and they have achieved all of these kinds of results. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope you are excited to have results like this for yourself as well. And these results are definitely, they can be yours too. All it takes is having a strong belief in yourself that you can do it, and I will take care of the mentoring bit for you. Just come with the energy that, I want to do something, and I'll take care of the rest. Our course will take care of the rest. Okay, so how much do you think you would want to spend on a course like this? A course that can potentially change your life. How much do you want to spend for something like this? So in this course, you get 1 year inside Hustle Post Academy. You get 1 year access to Facebook group. You get weekly group calls with me, coaching. Every week I coach you. I mentor you every single week. Monthly goal setting sessions. Every month, the entire community comes together. We do goal setting for ourselves as a group. We tell each other that, hey, listen, this is my goal for this month. And then at the end of the month, we do a review. How many were you able to achieve? What happened? What stuck? Where were you stuck? How can we help you? How can we make things better for you? Monthly webinars and masterclasses. We invite guest speakers. You get that as well. You get weekly live co-working sessions with me. You get monthly coffee chats with me. And you get all of this. So how much would you want to pay for something like this? Think about it. The most common feedback that I get from my students is that, Saloni, I would pay so much more for this academy than what you're asking for. For all of this, we just ask for 7,665 rupees as a one-time payment for 1 year. That's what you need to pay, and you get access to all of this. This community, the course curriculum, me as a mentor, and so many other things. Imagine, it's just an investment of 7,665 rupees, which honestly is just 21 rupees a day. Think about it. It's literally just that much money. So the link is here. Make sure that you go ahead and click on this link, check out our page, check out all of our student reviews, have a look at what we offer, and make sure that you join in. I am really excited to work with you. I'm really excited to change your life for you. The only thing that I want you to know is that at this price point, we're doing a last round of enrollments because we launched it. This was the early bird offer that we had. We now are approaching close to 3,000 students in our academy, and we realized that it's now time for us to level up our game and increase the prices. So make sure that if you want to get this price point, you need to sign up as early as you possibly can, because this price is going to expire very soon. This is the last round of admissions that we are doing at this price. Okay, remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're not happy with the situation that you are in right now, if you don't change anything, nothing will change. You'll still be in that same situation. So take action now, start working on your life, start being in charge of your own life. And I can't wait to see you inside. I would love to see you here, and I would love to work with you, and I would love to train you. I hope you had a lot of fun in this webinar. Bye-bye.